Well, we've been anticipating this. The housing market is starting to shift. Here we go.
Is it true?
Looks like the next couple of months are going to be filled with some uncertainty with this housing market. And I want to talk about that today and give you some updated information as to what's going on. I think the market's starting to cool off, folks. So let's dive into this right now. Let's get started. Welcome back to my channel. You have come to the place to get your dose of real estate reality. My name is Jackie Baker, and I'm a real estate agent serving the Northern New Jersey area, and I talk about all things real estate here on my channel. So if you like this content, especially the one I'm talking about today, can you like it? And while you're at it, feel free to subscribe. I think you're going to like my channel. I really do. I feel like I've been the bearer of bad news for the past few weeks with my videos.
What is she talking about?
And just the insanity of this housing market, it's the topic of conversation every day. No matter where I go, who I see, that's the question that comes up. What's going on in the real estate market? So I feel it's important to share with all of you all of this information so it helps you make good decisions. If you're thinking of selling or buying, I'm here to provide you the facts, the data, and just to help educate you and make the best decision for you and your family. Fortune.com came out with an article yesterday, and of course, the title of it is "Something Big is Happening to the Housing Market." Yep. It's happening, guys. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know a couple of videos ago, I talked about the rising interest rates and how it will end up cooling off the market. It's starting to happen. So the article says right here, as data trickles in for April, it's becoming clear that historically hot housing market has flipped trajectories. It's now in cooling mode. The number of homes listed for sale is rising again. Fewer shoppers are scheduling tours, and Redfin reports 15% of home sellers in April cut their asking price. That is up from 9% a year ago. So it's starting, guys. It's starting. The rates are well over 5% right now. And I've been saying this, when rates go up, it decreases a buyer's buying power and they can afford less. So therefore, this should bring the prices down. Now, this article goes on to say that this softening is by design. The Federal Reserve is done watching inflation run away and has made it a priority to cool down one of its biggest drivers, the housing market. To do so, over the past few months, the Fed has put upward pressure on mortgage rates. In December, the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate sat at 3.11%. As of last week, the rate is up to 5.27%. Its highest level since 2009. I know people are freaking out right now. And don't hate me for saying this. I think 5%, even 6%, it's not terrible. It's not. But for those of you who you had a chance to enter in this market because of the low rates, yeah, that's going to impact you. And it may push you back out of the market now. And especially with these higher prices, it's going to push a lot of people out. It is. The affordability is it's tough. It's out of control. So I do feel your pain. I feel everybody's pain on this one. And, and then for those who need a house, it's hard. I feel for you. I really do. But it continues on here. It says, the softening we've seen so far is fairly mild. However, industry insiders tell Fortune the cooling over the past few weeks is just the start. The lack of inventory over the past 2 years has created a pileup of would-be buyers. Even as rates price out some of those buyers, there are others waiting to take their place. Housing economists say it will take time to work through the pent-up demand, but once we do, the housing market could cool even further. They are still saying that the prices temporarily are going to continue to push upward. So as the housing market works through that logjam of the pent-up buyers, home prices in the short term might continue pushing upward. According to Redfin's Fairweather, that's exactly what we're still seeing. Even though price drops are becoming more common, most homes are still selling above asking price and in record time. So even though it is starting, houses are still selling really fast. I just submitted an offer 3 days ago for a client. This is our third go around. Yeah, it was our third go around. And we lost out. The sellers on this home accepted an offer in 2 days. The second day it was on the market. I couldn't believe it. Well, then again, I could believe it, but
I mean, if this is that and that is what, and what this is what we're talking about, and
Yeah, so there are some houses they're still selling in record time. There are some bidding wars, but what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing here in my local market, there aren't as many offers. Okay. Maybe you see about 3, 4, 5 offers, whereas a few months ago, a year ago, that would be upwards, 10 offers or higher minimum that we were seeing on homes. So it's calmed down for sure, but the bidding wars are still happening. Now, it also says here, Mark Zandi, who's the chief economist of Moody's Analytics, tells Fortune that spiking mortgage rates could cause year-over-year home price growth, which is up 19.8% over the past 12 months, to slow to zero by this time next year. If that comes to fruition, it would mark the slowest home price growth since April of 2011 to April of 2012. That said, Zandi expects some of the nation's most overpriced regional housing markets to overheat and see price drops between 5 to 10% over the coming year. So again, this is good news for the buyers out there. This is what they're projecting. Is it going to come to fruition? Only time will tell. But it makes sense when you look at how overpriced and overvalued these homes are right now in certain areas. It's got to come to an end. Now, it's not crashing too. That's the other thing I want to bring up to here. It's not going to crash.
It will not happen.
And if I see one more video out there in the YouTube world of people saying, get ready, the market's crashing, everything's falling apart, the world is ending, the sky is falling. Oh my God. No.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
It is not. Now, unless we have a major economic crash like we did in 2008, which is possible. It's very possible, but this is typical supply and demand, guys. I've been saying this since last year on most of my videos. It's not crashing. It's going to level off, which is good. We need that right now.
Not a chance. Not this time. It never happened.
Whatever you're watching out there, if you're watching the news, you're watching other channels, don't get sucked into the clickbait, please. Just understand this is basic economics. And again, if it's a major economic crash, then something would happen, obviously. I do got to cover myself here because can you imagine? I just say all this and all of a sudden the economy crashes. Oh, dear God. I wouldn't live that down. So anyway, I'm just covering myself. Don't expect these home prices to come crashing down. Bottom line.
You got it, dude.
Now, another article from National Association of Realtors, they talked about Larry Yoon, who is their chief economist. He's also saying that there's a lot of uncertainty in the housing market over the coming months. And he's talking about number one, inflation. Number two, the gas prices, the war in Ukraine. All this stuff is affecting our economy right now. Inflation is at 8.5% right now, yet the wages have only gone up 6%. Yeah. So this is going to have an impact on the housing market as well. So he, like the other economists that were quoted in Fortune.com, he's saying the rising rates are going to slow the market. And again, the Feds did this by design to slow everything down. Like, just let's rein it in, because it's, as we know, it's out of control. I mean, and I'm a real estate agent, and I'm saying it's really crazy out there. And I have never seen a market like this. And I can speak for a lot of my fellow real estate agents out there. We have never seen this before. It's insane.
Yeah. That's right.
Now, let's get into New Jersey a little bit. Just want to touch on that. So New Jersey, believe it or not, most of the state has not seen any cooling off yet. Yeah. I have an article here from NorthJersey.com. So they're expecting, we're expecting it's going to cool off here in Jersey, but as of right now, it's not happening. The only part of New Jersey that is seeing a bit of a cool off is Sussex County. But pretty much the rest of New Jersey, we're still seeing the bidding wars. We're seeing prices going well over asking. We're seeing it in the higher price points, like $1 million and more. Yeah. But what's going on in the lower price range, 400,000 to 600,000. I mean, that price point is so super competitive. And in this article, it's quoting that people are just losing their fire. They're losing their steam, and they're getting really frustrated. So the demand is still strong, even in the rural towns in New Jersey, like say in Morris County. I mean, Morris County is like seeing huge like price increases. And are these people from the city? Possibly. It could also just be people that they're moving into other parts of New Jersey, or they're looking into other parts of New Jersey that's a little bit more affordable for them. But again, that 400,000 to 600,000 price range, insanity. A lot of bidding wars going on there still.
Oh, really?
Bergen County is still hot. Northern Bergen County, like Ridgewood, Allendale, Hohokus, homes up towards the $1 million range, they're getting multiple offers, guys. Oh my God. Yep, they are. The rising rates hasn't had much of an impact here on the Garden State yet, but I'm expecting it's gonna start hitting us soon. I can't see this lasting forever. I really can't. I mean, and what goes up must come down. So the other issue is that, with the low inventory, again, still driving up those high prices. Now, if you watched my video last week, when I talked about interest rates stealing inventory, that's an issue here in New Jersey. If you saw that video, I showed a chart which showed the number of mortgage holders that have an interest rate below 4%. New Jersey, 50% of mortgage holders in this state have an interest rate below 4%. So why are they going to go buy another house to pay a higher interest rate and also pay more money on a home? So I think we're seeing this here in New Jersey a lot. That's the rising rates are going to be impacting the inventory. I will tell you from my personal experience right now, the homes that I've listed so far, the situations are, it's a second home, it was an inherited home, or they're moving out of state. Those are the ones that I've been getting, and I'm actually going on a listing appointment this weekend for, again, people who are looking to move out of New Jersey. Those are the homes that are selling right now. And even when I look on the market and I see, you can tell which homes are, if they were inherited properties, or you can see in the comments, sellers are looking to, they need a X amount of days closing because, they're building a house out of state somewhere. So seeing that a lot. Trade up, you're not going to see that much right now. I hate to say that. You're
goddamn right.
It bothers me, but the rates are definitely affecting the inventory here. Absolutely. So there you have it. So this is good news for some buyers. The cooling off period is starting to begin for you sellers. If you got to sell your house, you're still going to make money on it for sure. It's like I said before, prices aren't going to come crashing down. You are still going to make money. So rest assured, you're going to get a profit on your home. If you need to sell your home, get yourself in touch with an experienced real estate agent that's going to give you the proper pricing. If you're watching this from somewhere outside New Jersey and you would like a referral for an agent in your area, drop a comment below. Let me know. I'd be happy to connect you with an experienced agent in your market. If you liked this video today, if you liked what you saw, make sure you go watch this one. This is the video I did last week talking about the rising rates taking away the inventory from the market. Thank you so much for watching me today. I am Jackie Baker with Coldwell Banker Realty, and I will see you next time.